Hello, I'm doing another video of these pencils. This are my Venmo, my PayPal, and my eBay. The eBay is I'm going to be selling these products that I'm reviewing so that I can recoup some of my expenses. So please, if you're interested in some of these products, please look at my eBay. You might find other things that you might want, but yeah. Put that over here. Alright, these are the Tombow mono drawing pencils. There's 12. This set comes with its own sharpener and eraser. These are made, I want to say the pencils are made in, the pencil and eraser are made in Vietnam, and the sharpener is made in China. Yeah, made in China. Okay, open this up. Get the pencils out. I sharpened these. They didn't come pre-sharpened. I'm going to have to arrange them in their proper order before I start using them. Don't want to accidentally use the wrong one next to the wrong one. I wonder what the difference between this light one and the regular light touch erasing pencil. I guess that's so you don't smear it as much. Alright, first paper is the Bristol Smooth. And let's see now, I'm going to use the B's first. So that's a B, that's a 6. This is a 5, B, 4, that's B3, 2, then the regular B, then the HB, then the F, then the H, H2, H3, H4. Alright. H, this is B6, 6B, sorry. It's going on smooth, but this is the softer one. So that's probably fairly, not that it means much to some people. And some of the graphite I just smeared on the table. Awesome. Gonna have to find a way to clean that without erasing every single little piece of graphite. But if that's what I have to do, that's what I'll do. Gotta keep your area clean. We don't want to accidentally smear graphite onto a drawing. This is monograph Tombow. Says highest quality. And then here it says for high precision drafting. Although they're just, I think most people will be using them for sketching or doing graphite drawings. This is the B2. Move these a little to the side. It's the B, yeah. B. It's the HB. Oops. It's the F. the H. It's the H2, 2H. Keep doing that. Put the letter first. It's the H3 and 3H. That's because it's like that instead of like that. That's why I'm doing it. And I'm a little dyslexic too, so that doesn't help as much. These are a little darker than the others. It's not as much as a variation, seems to me. So let's see now, in my own opinion, this is darker than this one. These, the mono Tombow is Tombow mono. Yeah, the mono is the brand of Tombow. So I'm going to say Tombow mono. These are darker than these. If I was going to use a gradation of these on this Bristol paper, and I wanted to be the variation to think, I would pick, in for my own use, one of these two, either Hyuna by Mitsubishi or the Studler. The Faber Castile 9000 is good, but maybe it was my pressure, but these two, this one and this one's darker than this one, and it should be the other way around. But these are good. But if I was going to pick a set, I'd either pick the Studler or the Hyuna. And the gradation between them, between each one, isn't as defined as I would like, especially if I'm comparing these to this, or even to the other ones, except maybe the Hyuna and the mono. There might be some comparison between those two, although I can tell the difference in the gradations. Alright, next paper is the Copier paper, Copier printer paper, and 6B is the first one. I didn't bring up the paper so you can see the difference for yourself. I'll try to remember to do that after I do this. Sorry about that. Alright, let me get that Bristol paper so you can see. And there we are. Try to angle it properly so you can see the difference between all the papers. Angle it a little more. Trying to get the reflection off the paper, the graphite, sorry. Not sure why it's freaking out like that, the camera. But as you can see, the difference is rather striking, personally, I think. But if I was going to pick, as you can see the difference, trying to give you a good angle. I see the same thing here as was with the Bristol, with the gradation not being as defined compared to the others, except between the mono and the una is fairly close in its grade. Maybe it's because they're from Asia. This is from Japan, this is from Vietnam. I think Tombow is a Japan-based company. Not that that matters, because they all have manufacturing facilities all around the world. But on this paper, it's just printer copier paper. This one between these two is, again, this one's too light, this one's too dark. Between the two, should have been the other way around in regards to the grade. But of course it could have been my pressure. But it's too consistent to be just me and my pressure. And if I was going to pick graphite for final work, if you're going to do it on a printer copier paper, depending on the quality of the paper, of course, and its texture, smoothness, finish, whatever the word might be. For this particular grade of paper, which I think is, I wouldn't say premium or highest quality of printer paper, but it's not the lowest quality either. I would say use the Hyuna, but the mono from Tombow is pretty good for its price, I think, if that matters. I mean, if you want to invest, I would say for this paper, the Hyuna. I don't know the difference between prices between the Stedler and the Hyuna, but I would go with those two. This one is too inconsistent between these two in this area. these are pretty good, maybe, but they're not as consistent as I would hope. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna go ahead and do the next paper, which is, I think, is vellum. Yeah, vellum. Okay, let's get started. Put it a little further away so I have room. So 6B. So 5. So 4. So 3. I try not to talk too much because I need to focus, making sure I'm using the right one with the right one. That's why I don't talk much. I'm very, I have my own thoughts that go everywhere. I'm a writer, an artist, not an artist in the classical sense, but you've seen some of my videos of my drawings. That's kind of stuff that I do. I do enjoy it. It is time consuming and patience is required, precision, I think. It's kind of who I am, I think, as H. Hoping this helps someone in regards to what they're buying for what kind of paper. Sorry if I'm not using a particular paper that you would like to be using for these pencils. But I can only do so much on my budget, hoping to recoup some of my expenses selling these on eBay. Let's see now. On this paper, let's see now. That problem, I think I saw on these 9000, Fiber 9000. It's not as defined. I can see it, but it's not as obvious. The gradation is good, but the between the H and the 2H seem to be switched. This one is this one's lighter, this one's darker. It seems like they should be switched. The gradation in these colors is not very as defined as I would like. These are good, I think. This one's a little lighter than this one. Could be the tip of the pencil was a little sharper than the other, but I think these should be switched. I think in this case, the Studler, I think, are the best example for the vellum. Next would be the Hyuna, and then the it's almost a tie between these two. but I would pick the Faber 9000, but these I think are more expensive than these, so because they're so close together in their comparison, I would pick the mono, because it's, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's cheaper. Alright, bring it up a little. Sorry, my covering the lettering. I'll try to hold it from underneath. Maybe that's better. So you can see, try to angle it without covering the letter too much. Hope that's good for everyone. The next paper is going to be the sketchbook. Sit in there. Yeah, alright. Move this a little to the side so I'll have room for my arm. Okay, push these a little that way. Alright, 6B. Again, this paper is a little more coarse or rough compared to the others that I've been using in this video. To those who haven't seen the other videos. B, yeah. It's an HB. It's an F. It's an H. It's a 2H. It's a 3H. It's a 4H. Alright, so let's see now. The mono did pretty good. There is slight gradations, so that's good. Faber, I think, did well. There's good gradations between all of them. Stedler, there's good gradations, I think. There are some that are maybe a little darker than others, but all in all, I think it's good. This one, the HB, could be the sharpness of the pencil, but it is, I think it's good, yeah. And the gradations on the Hyuna are really good too. Yeah, if I was going to pick for the this type of sketchbook paper. Any of them, I think, would be good. This one, the mono, the gradations aren't as defined, but if you take it into the block form of the more examples of the gradation, the more you can see the difference in hardness and lightness. But there's only 12 of these, 12 of those, 24 and 22. So depending on, if I was just going to pick a 12, it would definitely be the Faber 2000, 9000. This one, the gradations aren't as defined. The gradations on the Faber 9000 are very defined. Not very, but they are subtle. But they're much better than the mono. If I was going to pick the larger sets, I'd pick the Staedtler for this particular sketchbook, the paper type. Okay, I'll bring it up so you can see. Alright. Try to angle it so you can see the differences from this particular set. If you want to see a better example of the other sets, you'd have to watch the other videos, depending on the example of the paper you're looking at. Alright. So that is the Tombow mono drawing pencils. It's a 12-piece set. Comes with an eraser. Get that in the paper. Comes with an eraser and its own sharpener. And yeah, hope you enjoyed that video, and thank you.